Hi all, it's the 24th of April 2016, Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. So the purpose of today's video is to do a little tour about what's going on here. There's a lot going on here at the moment. It's a very busy time of year for a gardener. Of course the weather in April is very changeable and you have to adjust accordingly, but that's one of the benefits of having a polytunnel, because of course it keeps it a few degrees warmer and helps to protect your plants from the weather, birds, etc, etc. So what we have here is purple sprouting broccoli. Now, many people have asked me questions about purple sprouting broccoli, just exactly what it is. Now, what this is something that can be used to cover the hungry gap around this time of year when there's not much else to eat. And what it does is it sends out like little purple spurs of which you can eat. If you check out one of my allotment videos from last week, you'll be able to see exactly what they are. You can find these on my channel. So what you do is you grow them about this time of year. These were put in about 5 or 6 weeks ago, little seeds, and you can see they really have come up well. And about a year from now, when they've been in the ground, they will put up some, purple things that we can then eat. So that's why it covers the hungry gap. So purple sprouting broccoli, definitely a thing that you should look to growing if you're into that sort of thing. So what else have we got? Here has some more brassicas, got some kale here. We have got some leeks, Swiss chard, a bit of lettuce, more brassicas, honeydew melons coming up. Here we have got some sweet corn, more leeks, more brassicas. Now here we have kohlrabi, which is very interesting. Never grown this before. A friend gave me these seeds. They're looking quite good. I put them in probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and you can see they're growing very well and very healthy. Kohlrabi kind of looks like an upside down cabbage. That's how I sort of describe it really. But definitely something I've wanted to have a go at for a while, and here they are growing away in the Hacksnick's root trainers in the organic compost. Peach tree, not going to talk too much about this. Leaf curl free. I put up a descriptive video regarding peaches and leaf curl the other day, so I'm not going to talk about these today. You can see there's a lot of peaches, very small obviously at the moment. But I'm hoping that if I can get 5 or 6 peaches off of this tree, I'll be extremely happy. Variety Dixie Red. You can see here the melons that I put out earlier this week. Once again, not going to talk excessively about these because I did put up a long video regarding how I did these. You can check that out on my channel. But you can see here I put some more in. Variety Charleston Grey. Just got to get some plastic bits like this to put over and protect. But even today, the fact that it's really not that warm, only 10 degrees outside, so it's probably about, I don't know, 12, 13 degrees in here. These bin bags are attracting the heat, which particularly important when you've got melons outside at this time of year. So let's go outside and see what else we can find. So here we have blueberry plants. I have 3 plants here, very small. The variety is called Goldtraub. Purchased these from Homebase last year. I think it was 3 plants for £9, which is quite good value. And you can see they really have put out some growth last year. So they're looking good. Got some other varieties. I don't know what these ones are because I was given these by a friend. He was redesigning his garden and he decided he didn't want them, so he kindly gave them to me. Now look at all these lovely little flowers. Hopefully if each one of these can become a little blueberry, we should be doing quite well. Another variety, now this is Nelson, and these tend to be a little bit later than these, obviously. These flowers are due to come out, so hopefully should be getting sort of a succession of blueberries, not all coming at the same time. Now, I uploaded a video a few weeks ago showing how I make my own blueberry compost, and blueberries need a pH of between 4 and 5 in order to do well, to simulate an acidic environment, because they are indeed acidic loving plants. So check out my video and you will see how I managed to create my own compost with the correct pH, and as you can see the plants are doing incredibly well. Now up against the south facing fence here we have a grapevine. I never planted this, so I do not know what variety it is, but every year it produces lots of fruity small red grapes. So you want to be looking at my videos from last year and you will see the huge harvests of grapes I had from my many grapevines. I reckon I've got around 10 vines and had a huge crop last year. I really did. Some of them I had to give away to people to make wine out of because otherwise they would have just spoiled. I probably had, aha, here we go. There you go. It's your first little bunch. Obviously it's nothing like a bunch of grapes yet, but these will turn into bunches of grapes. So this vine goes all along here. Grapes do very well up against a south-facing fence or a wall because obviously it holds the extra heat, which then radiates into the vine, and you're looking at getting a better crop. Another option, of course, is put them in a greenhouse or polytunnel which faces the sun. Just some grapevines I put in last year from cuttings. This is interesting. This is a kiwi vine. Variety Jenny, self-fertile. Historically you need to have a male and a female, or at least one male plant for many female plants with regards to kiwis, and the male plants used to lack a bit of vigour and they could be a problem, but maybe they've grafted both varieties onto one rootstock, I don't know, but maybe one day we'll get some kiwis. More experimental than anything, to be honest. And here we have fruit tree, pear. This is onwood, and this is a spalliade up against this south facing fence, and you can see it's got a lot of blossom on it. Really is looking good. So once again, very small, but certainly, if I must say so myself, I've formed this into quite a decent espalier. It's putting out a lot of growth already, so this should grow significantly, and it should do very well considering it's facing into the sun, and the fact that excuse the weeds at the bottom, I did put a lot of organic matter into the soil before I set it. So we should be getting a good variety here, and hopefully this will then put up some bits and bobs here which will then fruit in subsequent years. This here, gala apple, got this from Aldi's, believe it or not, for £4 a few years ago. Had it in a pot, put it in the ground this year, or sorry, late last year, and hoping that should get some more crop off of it. I mean, I think I had about 7 or 8 apples off of it one year, which is very good for a rather pathetic looking tree. But they're very sweet. We all know what gala are. You get them from the supermarket. You know, one may ask, well, why are you growing an apple that you can easily get from the supermarket? Well, because the tree was £4 and I fancied an experiment. So here it is, and lots of blossom about to come out. So hopefully good. Home grafted tree, sent very kindly, or the scions were sent to me very kindly by Mr. Stephen Hayes off the Stephen Hayes Fruitwise channel. Spoken about this before, certainly check it out. But we've got 2 varieties, Lord Lambourne, and the other variety on this that I grafted myself. I'll just find it for you. It's down here. Got to clear all this shrubbery away. This is Winter King. So this is another variety that I grafted myself. So we've got Winter King and home grafted as well, Lord Lambourne. So to show you, graft union is down there and it's sealed very well. So have a go at grafting. Once again, if you check out my channel, I did a little video on how I managed to do this. Certainly people think there's far more mysticism and difficulty in grafting than there actually is. Of course, I'm far from an expert, but I've managed to have a go at it, and for an amateur I'm quite happy with my results. Now down here, this was some grafting that I did. You may remember this was from the video I did. Look at that. 2 different varieties here, one here, and this one in the middle is a russet. So all being well, this will have 3 varieties on it, which I will be extremely happy with if they all do well. So we will see what happens there. Rhubarb, I mean, we can't really say too much about rhubarb, we all know what it is. And of course, my favourite, or one of my favourite varieties of grape, Allotment seedless. I need to get to where my other vine is sometime and show you what I call my monster vine, which probably had around 100 bunches of grapes on it last year. Ridiculous really, but very welcome. And just looking into the quince tree here. Where is it? There you go. This won't be too long before it blossoms. Had a huge crop of quinces last year off this tree, probably in excess of maybe 200 quinces. Quinces are a great fruit to grow. You know, if you've only got room for one tree, it's probably not what you want to grow. But if you've got more than one tree and you really love quinces, quinces can be a very good thing to grow, and they're very expensive to buy in this country. Very popular in Eastern Europe still, I believe. Now here we have the potatoes. I've got Desiree variety this year in these tubs, 30-litre tubs. Got some more soil here to put over the top. Now basically what we're doing is, this is just a very simplistic way that we are growing the potatoes this year due to certain things going on. Just growing them in normal soil this year, just for complete simplicity and not having to think about it too much. So just growing potatoes in normal soil in these buckets, and should hopefully do well. Okay, so this area of the garden, this is destined for melons or gourds of some sort. But you know me, I like to be a little bit on the reckless side, and I've put 2 out now already this early in the year. Now these are watermelons, variety Charleston Grey. So you can see them here. This is as my long-term viewers know, this is a no-dig bed. This is not a conventionally dug bed, because I don't really believe in it, to be honest, with regards to growing vegetables. So what we have here is watermelon Charleston Grey. Now people are saying, why you got them outside now? Because it's obviously going to get frosts, which we are going to get frosts, and we're getting many of them. So I put them in. I have loads of these growing away inside, so it's not an issue if I do lose them. Of course I would rather not. But here I have a polystyrene box, which will go over these at night time or during the days when it's very cold, wet and windy, and that will then simply go over these like that, with the block paving stone over the top to protect them. Now of course everybody knows that polystyrene has a lot of insulation qualities, which is why it has often been used for insulation. So that will keep it warm. It won't get cold enough here to get through that, so I would imagine that these will be okay, but I might be eating my words if I forget to cover them up, but I intend to not do that. So once again, we will see. Okay, so walking back into the polytunnel, really can feel the warmth in here. Look at these strawberries. These are looking good, aren't they? Assorted varieties given very kindly by someone in the allotment, at the allotment rather. But yeah, we lost Prince this week, didn't we? Very sad. Age of 57, passed away. Great musician. Purple Rain, When Doves Cry. He wrote music for other people. Brilliant. Check out While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It was a thing they did in obviously While My Guitar Gently Weeps is a very well-known song written by George Harrison, who has also passed. And check out I think it was 2004 at the George Harrison Memorial Concert. I think it was something like Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Steve Winwood, Prince. Who else was there? Danny Harrison, who's George Harrison's son. Many different people there. Check that one out, and you can hear how Prince can complement other people's, or could complement other people's music as well. So just go on the internet, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Prince on YouTube, and you'll see. Okay, I've got to go now. Take care. Speak soon.